Welcome back. Well, if you look at the expected spend on infrastructure, it's almost double from 500 billion US dollars earlier to nearly 1 trillion US dollar in the 12th five-year plan. That means the infrastructure spend, whether on roads, bridges, ports, etc., is going to be enormous in coming years. The construction equipment industry is directly related to the investment made into infrastructure. As infrastructure development picks up, the demand for equipment will also be there. In line with the projected demand, the market value of equipment is expected to be a mammoth over 6.5 billion US dollars, with earth-moving sector continuing to make headway and is expected to command a value of 3.7 billion US dollars. To talk on the subject, we're joined by Mr. Vipin Sondhi, MD and CEO, JCB India. Good evening, Mr. Sondhi, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Juhi.
Mr. Sondhi, Indian infrastructure sector needs an investment of almost 1 trillion US dollars during 12th five-year plan, but a record says that we have achieved less than 7% GDP growth against targeted 9% for the year 2011-12. According to you, what are the major challenges in successful execution of the infrastructure projects, and does government have an effective policy framework in place to achieve the infrastructure goal?
What's happened over the last 12 months or so, when you look at the infrastructure sector, order books are now dwindling to an extent. I do believe that credit offtake on a like-to-like basis was down by 40%. So there needs to be a boost to really take this forward. Execution has been an area where I think a lot of work we have to do as a country, and all of us have to do. A lot of coordination with state levels, at the state level, because execution is done at the state level, so there has to be far more linkage, which we found perhaps not very apparent. Land acquisition. Now, land acquisition, there is a bill in Parliament, but it is absolutely critical for any infrastructure project to take shape. And then, of course, we have the tax reforms that have been, pending. But we see now movement forward. I mean, if you look at the DTC, at least some parts of the DTC have been incorporated, whether it's a negative service list or even raising of duties. And I shouldn't say raising of duties is positive, but if we're going to settle for a rate of 12%, then there's a movement in that direction. GST, again, a roadmap is coming in some way, but it could have been harder, and that would have been more positive for the budget.
The huge infra growth plan provides an ample opportunity for the construction equipment manufacturing industry, and presently all the world-class manufacturers have their presence in the Indian market. This has resulted in strong competition within the industry. Do you feel there must be a level playing field for indigenous manufacturers?
So to take your part of competition, I think there should be competition. But the other part, that should there be a level playing field for domestic manufacturers? Certainly yes, because at the end of the day, we must encourage domestic capacity creation, which is being done. Actually, all major manufacturers, both Indian as well as overseas, have set up plants in India. There should be no reason why, except for equipment not produced in India, there should be no reason of bringing duty levels other than what are commonly understood as duty levels.
Today, JCB has become India's largest manufacturer of construction equipment by providing innovative, strong and high-performance products. How do you see this growth journey of JCB?
We started as a joint venture. This is, JCB is a British company, very synonymous in the UK and Europe with JCB. And it set up as a joint venture as early as 1979. And in 2003, it became JCB India became a 100% subsidiary of the parent company. After that, we've grown. Where you're sitting today is the world's largest plant for manufacturing what is called the backhoe loaders, which is commonly in India understood as just JCB, across all manufacturers. We have plants in Pune that we set up in 2006, 2007 for focusing on our heavy line equipment. So we do like to say that 1 out of every 2 equipment sold in India is a JCB.
JCB today is the market leader in construction equipment sector in India with over 50% market share. According to you, what are the major reasons for this success?
Well, certainly it's people. I have to start from there. We have, and I'm very clear we have the best team in the construction equipment sector, highly engaged, very enthusiastic. But then we look at what is forward and what is behind it. We've got the largest dealer network and the most professional dealer network, and we spend a lot of time with our dealers because that's the first point of our customers. And we have almost 6,500 people in sales service of our dealer in different parts of the country, and we have almost 430 touch points with our customers. So that's the first part. The second part is our manufacturing facilities, which are state of the art. So today you can pick up any equipment and it could be worthy of selling in any part of the world. Technology is up to date, the plants are up to date, people I've already mentioned. We have also the good fortune of being able to provide volumes to our suppliers. So increasingly, we're getting automobile suppliers who are world-class in themselves, catering now to us. So quality levels automatically are a given. And that is, I think, all of these are factors, I think, that help us maintain this position. Yeah.
As far as Indian infrastructure is concerned, what role does JCB is going to play in building India's infrastructure?
I think very humbly, if I might state, our machines are used in every aspect of digging earth. So in a sense, we are grounded. Wherever earth needs to be dug, moved, a JCB is there. And if that is the role that we play in infrastructure projects, which ultimately go into building India, we're very humbly, very happy to be participating in that.
As 12th Five-Year Plan provides enormous opportunities for construction equipment industry, what are your future growth plans?
We don't forecast growth, but we definitely are clear of the opportunity. So what JCB will continue to do is invest in newer plants, invest in its people, but very importantly, invest in new products which are relevant for the Indian market. And also able to, I mean, what is very interesting is that not all products which are available overseas are suitable for the Indian market because of the conditions in which we operate, in the fuel conditions which we operate, within the maintenance conditions which we operate. So our products actually are far more robust, far more hardy, far stronger than products made anywhere else in the world. So these products can be used anywhere once they are relevant for India, and that's the focus. So our R&D team spends a lot of time to ensure that these products are products which are worthy of Indian conditions.
Thanks, Mr. Sondhi, for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much, Juhi, and great pleasure.
With this, we come to an end of this edition of Power News. Keep sending us your suggestions and views at powernews@zeenetwork.com or call us on 011-405-60701. I'll see you next week. Till then, goodbye and take care.